Tribalism, the strong loyalty and identification with one's own tribe or social group, often leading to an us versus them mentality. What's up, guys? It's HankStanx. Over the past few weeks, we've seen banger after banger drop when it comes to video games. We've been blessed with Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, and this week we have Black Ops 7. During this time, have you noticed more excitement for these games or more conflict and arguments? In my opinion, I've seen more arguments online about which game is better, which game is trash, so on and so forth. It seems like when a new game is released, the discussion quickly spirals into a debate about which game is better. Is Battlefield 6 better than Black Ops 7? Is Arc Raiders better than them both? When fans of their respective franchises argue online or call out other games for being trash, we call this gaming tribalism. It's the tendency to fiercely defend your preferred gaming franchise, your tribe, while actively tearing down the competition. Today, we're dissecting the three biggest contenders in the shooter space to figure out why we get so invested in this fight and how we can all just enjoy the games we love. Let's establish the battle lines. These three games don't just look different, they tap into fundamentally different psychological needs for gamers. Let's start with Black Ops 7 and what I consider to be the competitive grind. This series is built on mastery and instant gratification. Everything from the TTK, the precise map design, the kill streaks, is all engineered for the individual to feel like a powerful, skilled player. The tribal loyalty here stems from the time investment to develop skills. If you spent thousands of hours perfecting your aim and map knowledge, you demand that the game be respected as the pinnacle of competitive twitch shooting and arcade shooters. Any other game that feels slower or less precise is by definition less skilled. Next up, let's talk about Battlefield 6, or what I like to call the Chaos Sandbox. Battlefield's appeal is more than just running and gunning. No two matches are the same because of its massive player count. We're talking about 64 players in each match, and don't forget to mention the vehicles. You play for those Battlefield moments you can tell your friends about, the 400-meter tank shot or the improbable helicopter maneuver on the Sea Flag. Tribe loyalty for Battlefielders is all about the scope and freedom the game provides. They view the tightly controlled maps of Black Ops as restrictive and non-immersive. They feel their game provides a truer, more adult experience of war. Lastly, we have the newcomer, and the one that's currently making the biggest shockwaves in the gaming industry. Of course, we're talking about Arc Raiders. As the new entry, Arc Raiders changes the formula. It's less about human versus human dominance and more about human versus the environment. The focus is on coordinated survival, resource management, and facing overall extraordinary odds together with your team. The loyalty to Arc Raiders is driven by the shared objective. It appeals to the player who gets burned out by toxic competitive lobbies and wants meaningful, cooperative challenges. They often view competitive shooters as shallow or overly aggressive. That's the type of player that enjoys Arc Raiders. And as you can see from the video, I don't really have any Arc Raiders gameplay. I own the game, I've played it a few times, but honestly, it's just not my type of game. But I'm happy to see that people are enjoying it and finding a great deal of fun in what they deem to be the game of the year. That's great for them. So this year we have three distinct value propositions. Why can't we just appreciate all three? Why the aggressive defense? This is where the psychology comes in. Reason number one, social identity theory. Humans naturally group together. When we identify strongly with a group, say the Battlefielders or the COD fanboys, we derive self-esteem from the group's perceived success. Therefore, if someone criticizes Battlefield, they're criticizing us personally. We feel compelled to defend our favorite game. Reason number two is the sunk cost fallacy. We talked about time investment, but it's deeper than that. When you spent hundreds of dollars on skins, battle passes, and map packs in Black Ops 7, the financial and time cost is sunk. You must believe it's the best to justify that massive investment. Reason number three, marketing and anticipation. Let's be real, the publishers encourage these rivalries. It creates hype, generates clicks, and fuels engagement. Of course, this equals dollar signs. The Call of Duty killer is a better headline than Battlefield 6, another great shooter. The debate itself becomes a marketing tool. We also face the fear of missing out, or FOMO. If everyone is saying Arc Raiders is the future, the dedicated Battlefield player feels obligated to tear it down to reduce the perceived value of the alternative, easing their own anxiety about staying with their favorite game. So what's the true cost of gaming tribalism? This toxicity isn't just annoying, it actively damages the gaming community. What is the real cost of this? When developers are constantly worried about fan backlash for deviating from the established formula, like Battlefield experimented with Specialist in 2042, they become less likely to take risk. Tribalism enforces safe, predictable sequels, which is something I think most of us are kind of tired of. New players look at the discourse online and are also intimidated by what they see. They see a community that demands intense loyalty and criticizes everything else. This gatekeeping drives people away and leads to massive burnout among core players who feel they must constantly defend their choice of game. Let's look at it this way. If your favorite part of gaming is arguing on Reddit and not actually playing the game, you've lost the plot, bro. We should be celebrating the different choices we have when it comes to games and not using that as a weapon. So how do we fix this mindset? How do we find that golden age where we just play games for the sake of playing and having fun? I don't know if we can, but it's pretty simple, but it does require a conscious shift. One idea I have is embracing the multi-game lifestyle. Your favorite game isn't your spouse. You don't owe it fidelity. Play Black Ops 7 for your competitive fix on Tuesday, then jump into a massive co-op session on Arc Raiders on Friday. You're allowed to enjoy different things for different reasons. Another thing that we could do differently is shifting our language. Instead of saying Battlefield is better than Black Ops, say, I prefer the scale of Battlefield maps over Black Ops maps, or I find the PvE focus in Arc Raiders more relaxing right now. Have your preference, but don't invalidate someone else's opinion or choice. Lastly, just celebrate the wins everywhere. If you're really going to play all of these different games for different reasons, celebrate the wins. When Arc Raiders nails a cool mechanic, talk about it. When Call of Duty delivers a tight multiplayer map, share the excitement. When Battlefield launches a massive new update, cheer it on. A strong competitor makes your preferred game work harder to be better. Ultimately, gaming is a hobby built on fun. Don't lose the fun. Whether your fun is found in the intense action of Black Ops 7, the massive chaos of Battlefield 6, or the collaborative survival of Arc Raiders, your joy is valid. Let's focus on the good times, the experiences, and the community, not the conflict. Stop spending energy arguing online and redirect it into getting that next high score or completing that next objective. Lastly, I want to hear from you guys. Out of these 3 games, or hell, any other game for that matter, what is the one thing you genuinely love about it that you wish rival communities understood? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course, subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been another HankStanx video. Have a great day.